Hi guys, welcome in the fifth video of the series of creating a track from scratch. So in this video I'll be polishing what I have, giving it a little bit of mix down and finishing the tune. So let's dig into it. This is how it sounds if you haven't heard it yet. Alright, so first thing what we're going to do, and I've already done it, is I have put some stuff on the master channel. So what we have here, we have mix master rack, which is basically an EQ, adding a bit more gain in around 2K, mid-range fattener, just a bit of saturation on the master to glue everything, and two glue compressors. One is catching, fairly like 2 dB, something like that, and this is maybe just to catch the peaks, roughly only 50%. And then I'm using Riemann Techno mastering rack, which you can download for free. I will post the link in the description. So what it does is like a mastering chain that will get your pre-mix to the commercial loudness, and I'm measuring that loudness with dB meter. So I'm using gloves, so Ableton. So basically what I do here is I adjust compression, so we have around like 1 dB extra compression, adding a bit of bass, adding a bit of highs, not much more than just tweaking input and limiter just to be around -9, -8. I could easily make it louder, but that's not the point. The point for me is to match my tracks that I've selected to be the benchmarks. So I have two tracks. First of is this. So it was really hard for me to find this kind of like a melodic deep techno track, so I found tracks that has some sort of like a melodic content. So I can really like focus on there's a bit more bass, but and the second track is from Antigone, from his Good Days. Prime Mover, such a good tune. I highly recommend you this whole EP when this track is. There are so many good tracks there, like 4 or 5, but I love all of them. It's the good Antigone. Please come back to creating this sort of music. So I'm roughly like, maybe this is not the perfect track to be like to match it, but still the best I could find. So the whole point with having a mastering rack and getting to that competitive loudness here at this point is for me to compare the levels. So I could go and set up the levels just by ear, but by having two commercial good sounding tracks, it's just easier. But to be able to do this, I need to get into the loudness. So I'm having also this dB meter on those tracks, as you can see. Yeah, I'm turn it so I can see like this tune around 8. Again, I'm using gloves, so Ableton over here. Yeah, so 8.8 to 9 roughly. That's our volume of those tunes, and volume of our tune. Yeah, roughly the same. Maybe we need too much. Okay, I think we are good. So then I'm able to compare how the low end behaves, how the melody behaves, and so on and so on. So first I will try with the levels. So let's go to that section. And I can hear how melody is really up front in my tune. It's more in the background, more like that. This is maybe yeah, so for me the first is the melody, so let's focus on the melody. So I'm gonna take maybe 2.5 decibel down, and I'm going to correct this EQ because I can hear that this is a bit more here. I'm gonna take it down a bit. And I'm going to add a bit of compression, so we tame the catch the peaks. All right, let's compare it now. Much better in my opinion. So now let's focus on percussion, or maybe the low end and hold percussion. So we will go kick and then hold percussion. So I can hear that the kick has a really good punch. My kick is kind of hidden, but because of the sample I'm using, I'm kind of like already having this ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So I'm going to add a bit of EQ and maybe just add really tiny bit. This of course going to add to some volume. But I'm going to compress the whole percussion later. Okay, that's good. I'm going to do one more thing as well. I'm going to add oh, come on, return tracks, where are you? Alright, so I've added 3 return channels, and on the C we have return drive, which is in this instance a Devastator, a really cool plugin from D16 pack. By the way, when you are a client of us, so either you subscribe to community or buy any courses, you get 50% off from all D16 tools. So I think this is really nice. So with this return rack, I'm going to add a bit of that channel. Yeah, a bit of that track. But I want a bit of that kick. So we get a bit more of that knock. Without. It's subtle, but for me it adds a bit of punch. So without. Okay, I like it. This is very subtle, but still does the trick. One thing more we have to do is add a bit more compression on the bass. So I like to use compressor from Live 8. If you don't have it in your library, you can find it in your legacy library, somewhere in user library. Why I use a compressor Live 8? Because it doesn't click like the compressor, like the regular compressor from Live 9, 10, and so on, clicks when you add a compressor, a sidechain, which is odd, but this is how it is. So I need to add an EQ, so it only is triggered by, yeah, so I need really short attack, ratio, and fairly short release. Also add that same compressor to the melody, so it's also like just a touch. So our kick really goes through, and I'm going to also add it over here on our percussion, so the kick comes through the percussion. So basically you want to have this on also the return channels. So with we're going to add a bit of reverb in a moment. So we really are getting a clear punch from the kick. Yeah, I think I can hear it. Not having my loudspeakers on, but I will double check it also. So alright, now let's do a percussion leveling. So let's make this. Doesn't have that much. Alright, for me we are roughly in a good spot, so what I will do is I will add a glue compressor, and I will go drum, punch in parallel. So let's see where we are at this moment. So we are hitting. I'm actually going to do two compressors. Like one will be glue, but catch beats. Just to catch those peaks, really, just a bit, and then. So we are not getting that much. Alright, so we are roughly -5. when you add compressor or any other processing, you want to be roughly in the same spot in terms of peaks, maybe with the laughs as well, but or even so. The way we do those volumes matching is to not be tricked by sound being louder and therefore we think it's better. We want to know it's better because it has roughly the same loudness, but we get more clarity, we get more punch, we get more, I don't know, precision or like all those qualities. Like I can hear how peak is way better now, but it's kinda sometimes it's too much, so let's tame it off a bit without. I think the bass is also like, because we are having this parallel compression, yeah, it has more punch. Okay, one more thing we could do for just to enhance this relationship kick and bass a bit, and this is what I've learned in Veal's masterclasses, that we take our fundamental frequency, which is F0, and we do a cut over here, what was it, 42.6, so 42.6. We are not really getting anything, but anyways, maybe it's Alright, so then let's move on to adding some reverbs, just to make it more spacious. So the one thing that glues the whole percussion together is a compressor that tames the peaks, and maybe just like here adds a bit more parallel compression. This way we get the same envelope on those elements, and that glues them. And the second way is to add the common space. So one space with this instance we will add a reverb. So I have Hut's reverb, this kind of rack I've created some time ago, which is basically really short reverb, maybe a bit too short, like something like that. So I'm going to add it to the whole group. So let's listen. This is our group. We can hear it, it's too much, and now we are going to back it off. So I just don't hear the reverb, but I have the perception of reverb. Alright, and then maybe I will add it to the bass. I will also add it to the kick. And remember, we have a sidechain compressor. And the same with, now I have a long reverb, which I will use to add a bit more space to the melody. I will also send it to that percussion reverb. And I'm going to send it to and I'm going to send a bit of all that group to that first reverb as well. So let's turn. Too much. All right, and then our second melody. Let's see it. So we want to send it to the a long reverb, a reverb, the same as pads. The same as for all the effects. Okay, so I could maybe spend a bit more time adjusting to it like really perfectly, but I want to like give you the general idea of how I would basically use return tracks to glue stuff together and to have like a common space for them. And that's it. Let's compare where we are. Let's check the levels. Because of that processing, we are a bit lower now. So I think we can crack up. I think we are roughly good because our limiter is not hitting 2 or 3 decibels. For now I think we are good. What I will have to do is actually play it loud on my loudspeakers, but I have to do it maybe a bit later because maybe my neighbors are still sleeping, and maybe double check on different headsets as well. Play it on, put it on the SoundCloud and listen to it when I'm on the walk or riding my bike or something like that, as this gives me a bit more listener perception, not the producer perception. But I'm happy where we are, and I hope you've got something useful from all of those series and from this process. Like, my philosophy is not to stress that much about Mixdown. Maybe it's because I know all the mistakes I could make in the Mixdown and what doesn't work, so I make better choices like sound selection, rhythm selection, and so on, so I don't have that much clashing frequencies. That's why I didn't have to do that much mixing as you would usually see from people, a lot of EQs and stuff. I believe when you have good sounds that complement each other and don't clash that much, the mixdown should be fairly quick and easy. So of course this tune needs proper mastering from a mastering engineer, but from now on I will consider it done. Alright, till the next time, take care, finish tracks, bye.